Hey, hey. I'm back. What's up, peeps? What's up, my friends and my enemies? How are y'all doing? Hey, Kelps. Sonic Schoolhouse Redux. You know, someone out there will do it eventually. Someone will remake Sonic Schoolhouse in Doom. Eventually, it's gonna happen. Where's the chat? Oh, yeah, the chat. Where is the chat? Hold on. There's the chat. We got it. Hold on, I gotta resize it a little. There we go. I played Prime 4. How bad is it? I'm playing Prime 4. I'm still going through it right now. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's something. It's hard to say. It's something. Hey, Potato Head. It's been good. Thanks for asking. It's the video game ever. Metroid Prime 4 is the video game ever. I would agree with that. Which one am I leaning towards the most? I mean, it's really hard to say because it's a very inconsistent game. Like, there are moments of it that I think are pretty good, and then there are moments that are really bad, and then there are moments that are, like, kinda okay, and in the middle, and then there are moments that are mediocre, and then there'll be something good again, and then you go back to something bad, and then the game wastes your time, and then it's but then there's like something fun again, and then Have I finished it yet? No. I have 4 of the 5 MacGuffins. Am I still sick? No, that's just my voice. Isn't Marvel humor to bomb? You know, it's not just the Marvel humor that's the problem. It's also just the really bad writing. Like, even for, I forget his name, Ezra, the, like, soldier dude, that's, like, more serious, and, even him, and he's not making the Marvel quippy humor, his writing is just still really bad. Thank you, Enrica. Did I watch the shuttle launch? No, I'm not even, I don't know what shuttle you're even talking about. Did I watch Project Hail Mary? No, I haven't. I don't know anything about that movie. I've been told that it's really good and that I should watch it, but I don't know anything about it. Oh, the Artemis 2 launch? Oh, that finally happened. I heard about that forever ago. That's cool. Is Beat Pseudo Regalia? Good recommendation to say. Thanks, H2O Draws. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You didn't know about it recently? Lord Miller makes you interested? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Lord Miller. That's right. Okay. Maybe I should check that out. Mario Galaxy is getting utterly reamed by the critics. I mean, the trailer didn't look super great. I guess, Kai, you just got back from it. It was okay. You prefer the first movie? Okay. Okay. Mackenzie unscrew. Yeah, there he is, our boy. Opinion on Mario Wonder Switch 2? I didn't get it. I on stream started a second playthrough of Mario Wonder, and then I stopped because I was bored.
What was that?
You got the feeling next mainline Mario is going to be a Mario Galaxy game? I don't expect that at all. Talk about the long trips back to Mackenzie to upgrade your beams. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's the dumbest, most pointless thing ever. It is literally just needless backtracking that the game makes you do for no reason. Oh yeah, there's been some things since the last stream. Excited for OOT remake? Yeah, I was talking about that with Gesakai. Honestly, kind of no. I don't know if that's an uncommon take. Because, you know, Ocarina of Time, when I went back to it a while ago, and I did a video on it, I was like, this game's not that great, actually. Well, that's not true. There is a lot of great stuff about Ocarina of Time, but it has a lot of problems. And also, like, I feel very satisfied with the 3DS version. Like, if you just port the 3DS version to Switch with some upgraded visuals like Luigi's Mansion 2, I'd be good with that. I really don't need a new, from the ground up, HD super graphics version of Ocarina of Time. I really don't need that, honestly. I'm fine. Eh? We need AAA OOT with epic voice acting. I mean, my only hope that would really come from that is that if that does well, they might do a Majora remake, and then if that does well, maybe now would be our opportunity to get a third Ocarina game. But we'll see. You still think the N64 version of OOT looks charming? I personally think it's really ugly, but I know I am in the minority with that. You'll be very surprised if modern Nintendo doesn't butcher it. I don't know. The last Zelda game was pretty great, in my opinion. Echoes of Wisdom. What if it's OOT in the style of Breath of the Wild? I doubt it'll be that. I mean, I'd be more they're not going to do it because that would be blasphemous, but I'd be more interested in an Ocarina of Time remake that was, you know, a reimagining of the game. But they're not going to do that. If they're remaking that game, it's going to be a faithful remake. But, like, do we need another remake of Ocarina of Time? It just doesn't seem necessary to me. How do I feel about the potential Super Metroid remake? Oh, that they should absolutely not do. I mean, Super Metroid is one game that definitely does not need a remake in any capacity. But again, if they do like a Samus Returns style, like basically making a brand new game, I'm sure it'll be good because it'll be a new 2D Metroid. But I'd rather just a full-on new 2D Metroid, you know? Anyway, we ought to start playing our game of the day. Hold on, give it a sec. Give it a sec. Bam, here we are. It's a Sonic game. It's a Sonic game. Yes, say hello to Freedom Planet Plus, which I don't know if many people have seen this about. This is a mod that recently came out by Farkle, who is a prominent modder that has done a lot of cool stuff for the Spark the Electric Jester games. And they have been working on something for Freedom Planet that's very, very cool, because to anyone in the know with the original Freedom Planet, when the game had a Kickstarter, it was one of the stretch goals that they did hit was they were going to add Torg and Spade as playable characters, but then they ended up axing that. They did, like, get them, like, they were working on them, and they were in a playable state, but they wanted to do a bunch of stuff with them that they ended up not doing, so they dropped them. This mod makes them playable again. And Torg was playable if you went on the Steam version and went into, like, the beta branch, you could play as Torg. But this is the first time Spade is publicly playable. So, super cool. And so we're going to play through the game as Spade and maybe a bit of Torg as well. Torg sucks, though. He was really bad. At least in the in the, like, unfinished version of him in the beta branch. Maybe Farkle did some work on him here. So yeah, Spade, he's got his 2 dashes he can do. You can do this, shoot the cards and launch a little, and then you get your card projectiles. Hell yeah. Tord really tickles your funny bone for some reason. Well, he does have, like, some alien soldiers shit, so that's cool, but his movement sucks. Holy Zoom Whiplash from Freedom Planet 2, I know, right? Spade would enjoy Balatro. You know, cards existed before Balatro. There are other card games. Will I do the worst way to play every Sonic game? No. I don't make pointless, like, algorithm videos. I try to make videos with some kind of substance to them. I'll let someone else take care of that. Blackjack is better than Balatro. Yo, did anyone play Resident Evil 7? Because that game had a bunch of, like, weird DLC that was, like, mini-games and side content and stuff. It had, like, a card game in there that I thought was actually pretty fun. Did anyone play that? It was kind of like the predecessor to all those, like, horror card games. Like, what was that one that came out a while ago where you're, like, in a cabin? And by the way, Freedom Planet Plus on the spreadsheet. Go check it out. Inscription, yeah, that's it. All that stuff started from a DLC minigame in Resident Evil. Spade is cool. He's fun in this. Oh, can I? Because this is supposed to be Milo's stage. Okay, it's doable. It was, like, modified to be playable. Oh yeah, Buckshot Roulette, that's another one. Yeah. You love RE7 and its DLCs? Yeah. I thought that RE7's, like, a whole bunch of wacky DLCs were fun. Like, Jack's 50-somethingth birthday. That was fun. The one that's, like, you have one life to try to get to the end of, like, the super hard thing. That was cool. I like that also. Like, I like that they were, like, weird and experimental with the DLC. Speaking of RE, did I play Requiem? No. I don't expect me to get to that anytime soon. Oh yeah, End of Zoe, where you play as that other baker. Yeah, that fucking... You punch the enemies. That was fun too. And like Chris, he's got some of his goofy shit. And there was the one where it was like a point-and-click adventure where you're like in the room and you gotta like solve logic puzzles to escape. Like all kinds of weird different stuff. Did they do similar things for RE8 or was that more traditional with its DLC? What do I think of the Ghosts and Goblins games? I've never really played them very much. Played them for like 5 minutes and just didn't really jump out at me too hard, so no real opinion on them. Thanks for ruining your hopes of seeing Pariah shit on Sonic again. There's always a possibility for that in the future. They just need to release some Sonic crap that I actually want to talk about. I was thinking I might maybe do, like, something with, like, I don't know. Because I don't think I'm going to do, a dedicated video for, like, the manga when I eventually read that. But I don't know, I could do, like, my thoughts on what's been going on in Sonic for the past, like, year or so. You know, and talk about, like, the manga and how I don't care about racing cross worlds, and I guess I don't even have anything to say about the comics because I don't know what the fuck is happening in them. A Sonic annual recap, I guess. Sort of, but I guess now that I think about it, I don't even have that much to say, so maybe not. It's mainly just, it would be my thoughts on the manga. And that's it. Thank you, by the way, Rosie, for 2 years, 24 months. Holy shit. Where's Hornet? I get to it. Look, I'm playing the Metroid games right now, so I'll be all Metroidvania'd up, and then, maybe I'll finally play Silksong. Silksong getting DLC this year, too. I mean, knowing me, I probably won't even get to the game until the DLC is out at the soonest. Mercenaries in RE8 is horrible. I've never really liked the Mercenaries anyway. That kind of, like, you know, limited time score attack kind of thing doesn't really do it for me. I would prefer something like a survival horde mode of, like, last as long as you can. DLC for DLC. Silksong isn't DLC anymore. It was, and then it became a sequel. I know things have been pretty slow on the channel recently, but that's mainly because I've been playing a lot of Metroid games, and because of that, I have footage now for like 5 Metroid videos that I intend to do. I'm working on the video on all the 2D games right now, and then once I finish Prime 4, I can do a Prime video, story of Metroid shit show video, maybe possibly doing a video on, like, the influences of Alien on Metroid, because there's a lot there that I think is interesting. Maybe I'll just talk about that stuff in the story video. Maybe not. I don't know. How does Chad feel about RE4 original versus remake? I haven't played the remake, but the original is a masterpiece. I was one of those, why are you even remaking RE4 kind of types. Damn, Spade is fucking fun. This movement is super cool. Pariah do a Kingdom Hearts marathon? I intend to give Kingdom Hearts a try one day. It'll probably end up being a marathon just because, you know, they have those, like, 1.6 divided by 2 by the square root of Mickey Mouse collections. That's probably how I'll play them. So, one day, when? I don't know. But one day. How's the gameplay of Spade? I think he's awesome. I'm glad we finally have him. Thank you so much to Farkle. Everyone go thank Farkle. They did good work on this shit. And they did a really cool mod for Spark as well. They got a couple of cool mods for the Spark games. They did the, together with Lake, did the Sonic mod in Spark 3. And the Spark the Electric Jester 1 Recharged mod, which is similar to this. Adds an extra character, adds float from 3, and some quality of life improvements to that game. You know how to spell Farkle? Like you did, except the L is before the E. At least, like, is honest about his inspirations. Yeah, certainly. He fucking worked on the Sonic mod for his own game. That's how you get away with, you know, selling a fan game. You just make an original character and then make the mod yourself and be like, it's not part of the commercial product, it's a mod. It's not, I'm not selling a fan game. I mean, let's all be real. Rolling Rascal, even more so than Spark, is like that, because, like, even, like, his face and the way he's animated, it's just so clearly supposed to be Sonic. So, how quickly between Rolling Rascal coming out and there being a Sonic mod do we think it's gonna be? Same day? Will it be same day, is my question. Am I gonna try Romeo as a Dead Man? No, I do not like Grasshopper games. Can Speed do those? No, he cannot do those. Rolling Rascal looks like a Tyson Hess designed Sonic character. I mean, if you want to see a Tyson Hess designed Sonic character, you just look at Tangle. I've ever played Hades 1 or 2? Nope. I've actually never played Hades. I really want to, but you know how it is with me and getting around to things. Ow. Blech. Bro is a Suda hater? I kind of am a Suda hater. His games are bad. They are the most style over substance ever. I have played a couple of Suda games, and I have never once thought that they had good gameplay. Oh, you can't shoot cards straight up. You can only do it at an angle. Any thoughts on the Dead Rising series? I like Dead Rising. Wait, you can break these? I didn't know that. I like Dead Rising 1 and 2, and I played 3 when it came out, and I liked it at the time, but I have a feeling I would not like it if I played it today. Hello, the Asteroid Plague. What's going on? How come? Because Dead Rising 3, they got rid of the timer, which is like the whole thing in those games. Do I still consider streaming Psychonauts 1 or 2? Yeah, I'll do it eventually. Probably not anytime soon, though. Don't get excited for it. Dead Rising 4 is apparently an abomination. I mean, I haven't played it, but it looks fucking terrible. It looks like the most not Dead Rising thing ever. Dead Rising 4 got rid of the timer? 3 has it? 3 doesn't have it. Didn't have it when I played it. What's the difference between a scoring system and a timer? What? In what context are you saying that? DR4 being buns is the reason Capcom Vancouver closed? I'm not really that broken up about that. Because, yeah, it was not good. 3 has a timer, but it's presented differently? Then I don't remember. I don't know what I'm talking about if it does have a timer. So what's going on? They had a new character? Sort of. Spade and Torg were supposed to be playable in the original Freedom Planet, but they were never finished. This mod finished them, kind of. Not 100%, but you can play them, so that's cool. You're being facetious, but you're saying this because the speedrun timer is the scoring system based only on time. I mean, the thing about scoring systems, they have two things for me that make me not really into them in a lot of games. One is that a lot of games just have poorly implemented or poorly designed scoring systems that are very, like, exploitable and or broken. And then the other thing is that, like, they ask the player to do things that the player would never, like, normally do. Like, in terms of, like, the rules of the game and the objective of the game, players would never go out of their way to do certain things because there's no reason to do them, but then you arbitrarily make a reason by saying, well, it gets you points. And that is weird to me. If the point of the game is to get points, like in pinball or something, then, like, okay. But if it's like, get to the end of the stage, then the objective is get to the end of the stage, but also do a bunch of things that don't really forward that objective at all because points. It's weird to me. I don't like having that, like, two objectives that don't feed into each other kind of thing. Examples for that? I mean, I would say, like, the Sonic games, like Sonic Adventure 2, like doing, like, the mech stages in SA2, getting, like, big combos of killing enemies all in, like, one, you know, one charge of your weapon. There's no reason to do that. That doesn't actually do anything for you. It's just to get points. It's not useful, is what I mean. To be honest, all the characters here feel like Sonic OCs to you. Who the hell were those guys? Those were not the normal guys, were they? I don't know, maybe they were, I don't remember. Yeah, these kind of are Sonic OCs, because this game was originally a Sonic fan game. Lilac was originally a hedgehog. So there you go. Doesn't score affect the rank in SA2? I mean, yeah, that doesn't... The rank is also just an arbitrary thing. It is also not meaningful for actually completing the stage or the game or the whatever. Forgot how good the OST in this game is. It's so good! That is true, Eunice. Yes, the scoring system in, like, Devil May Cry is not that kind of arbitrary because, yeah, playing well and getting more score and more higher rank gives you more money, which you can then use to get more shit in the shop. So it is actually practical and useful, but I don't even necessarily think that's that important in DMC because that's not really even the true purpose of the ranking system. The ranking system in Devil May Cry is only there to, like, inform you of how you're supposed to play the game. It's there to make you think about trying to fight stylishly, and then, you know, you go beyond what the scoring system asks for just because it's cool. It's just to get you trying to play that way. You can get an extra life if you have a high enough score in the OG Sonic games, though. I've talked about this before. I don't necessarily think lives, well, just in general, is a good system. But, like, as a reward for stuff like that, like, kind of that works. But the thing is, lives are only useful to, like, you know, new players, players that aren't that good at the game. Because when you are good at the game, you're not going to die, and then you don't need lives. So then you can ignore that system. The DMC scoring system asks you to go beyond the bare minimum. A positive version of the scoring system asks you to play weirdly. I'm not saying it asks you to go above the bare minimum. I'm just saying it introduces you to the idea of, like... Because the real thing is that in Devil May Cry, fighting enemies is not even the real game. The real game is using the enemies like a skate park to do cool shit. And it's just there to teach you that. I guess it is kind of the same thing. I see what you're saying. But I also don't care about the scoring system in Devil May Cry either. I just play for fun. And I play that way for fun, because it's cool. That is also true, Grim Jim. There is, like, quadruple S in DMC 5, which is fucking awesome. Oh shit! It's Shadow Spade. I was wondering what they would do for that. Have I ever played Star Fox? Not really. I played it a little bit and didn't really get into it because I don't generally like, you know, shmups and space shooters and stuff like that. This character's name is Speed? Spade. Like a card. You love this boss fight theme? It is pretty amazing. Surprised that I've never been into shmups. It seems like it's right up my alley. The thing about shmups that I've never been able to get into is that, like, at their core, they're just incredibly basic. It's just moving. That's it. That's all there is to them, and that's... eh? Shmups have more than that, but in essence they're doing a lot with a little. Sure, but it's just never been my thing. I like my games complicated. You recently played God Hand and you would love it if there's another game like it. There's no game quite like God Hand out there, unfortunately, but the closest thing you can get, sort of, not really, is Mad World, Platinum's first game on the Wii. That's kind of a spiritual successor to God Hand. And then you can play the follow-up to Mad World, Anarchy Reigns, which is also cool. Rail shooters are much simpler, though. It's rare they have more going on than Sin and Punishment. Yeah, Sin and Punishment's the only rail shooter that I really like. That's why when I tried to play Star Fox, I was just like, which is a shame, because I really like everything about Star Fox. I was talking about this with Gesekai the other day. Like, I love the world and the characters and all the shit with, like, you know, the rival mercenary gang, Starwolf, and how they killed James, Fox's dad, and, like, all that shit. I just don't want to play the games. I really want Nintendo to make, like, a Star Fox anime so I can get all of that without the gameplay. I completely agree with you, Aorta Platinum. That is not the best in those games. But I still think they're pretty fun. Do I like the story of Star Fox Assault? I don't actually know it. Because I haven't played the game. I did play Star Fox Adventures as a kid. It's one of the first games I had on my GameCube. And you know, even as a kid that had barely even played that many, like, 3D adventure games at that point, I was still like, this isn't very good. Star Fox Assault is very good. I feel like I've heard mixed things about that one, that, like, a lot of people feel like it's not, like, the best. I mean, from what I've ever heard from any of the fans of Star Fox out there, is a 64 is the best one, right? I do know in Assault you can play as the characters on foot, which is kind of cool. Damn, this game is fucking fun. What the fuck? I'm just having such a good time. While on the topic of Eddy and Eddy, were we on that topic? Was there a conversation in chat that I was missing? I loved Eddy and Eddy as a kid. What do I think of the Kanker sisters? I think they're fun characters. I mean, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. But, that was like my favorite show back then. I have not seen the movie, though. Did I hear the OOT remake leaks? Yeah, we talked about it earlier. I'm actually not excited for it. Like, I don't need another version of Ocarina of Time. I'm very happy with the 3DS version. And, like, Ocarina of Time has a lot of problems. So I'm not the most excited about playing the game with all those problems again. I mean, maybe they'll address some of those problems. I think you could fix up Ocarina of Time quite a bit without doing that much, honestly. Surely it having problems further necessitates a remake. If they actually fix the problems, but will they? I don't know. Like, things that they should do. They should change the fast travel system. They should not make you wait until you get to the adult section of the game, and you gotta fucking do all that shit. Like, it should be more like Majora's Mask, where, like, when you get to the area, you get the ability to fast travel to it. Right? Can we all agree on that? I'm glad we can all agree on that. I guess they did that so you couldn't fast travel to those areas in the adult section, but just say that, you know, you gotta redo it when you get to the adult section. There you go. And, you know, putting things in Hyrule Field to do, that would be good. And it would be nice if they could try to make the combat better in 3D Zelda in general. Like, because if this is real, that means they're going back to, you know, old school 3D Zelda style. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay with that. I'm down for it, but I would like to see some improvements there because it has problems. Do I plan to play Mugenics? I don't really know much about it. It's like a turn-based strategy tactics game, I think. It's also a roguelike? Yeah, I know that. I just... Like, I don't know what the gameplay of it is. Just pretend it's Valkyria Chronicles. But it doesn't have my anime characters in it. Have I played Super Meat Boy? Gonna try the new 3D one. I have played Super Meat Boy somewhat, but I dropped it because I didn't really care for it. I am very interested in the 3D one, though. Oh my god! We're fighting a good guy in this, that's funny. It's basically Into the Breach, but cats? Okay. That doesn't get me very excited, to be honest. What is my favorite arcade game? Probably a fighting game. Is that cheating? They're arcade games. This guy uses cards to attack. Is he related to Amy Rose? No, because they're not tarot cards. They're playing cards. Oh, God. You know, I just realized that Spade is not getting any drops. Because he's got no friends. Because he's a bad guy, so he doesn't believe in the power of friendship. No, I died. Damn it. So is this guy related to Gambit then? Pretty much. He's like, what if Gambit was a Sonic? Maybe the true friendship was the planet's freedom. Not a great start. This will be Amy's moveset in 10 years. Oh yeah, here's something I was thinking the other day. You know, with how well Shadow Generations worked out for Sega with the movie synchronicity, Do you think that they're scrambling to get something for the 4th movie with, like, Amy and Metal Sonic? Dude, I'm almost dead again. Sonic CD remake? That's definitely not happening. Alright, got him. Nice. You beaten Dread the other day. Had some fun doing some runs. Dread is so much fucking fun. We'll stream it. We'll get to it. Calm down. Thoughts on Toradora? That's my favorite anime. I love Toradora. Have I played I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream? No, but I have watched a playthrough of it. That is a pretty cool game. So am I more Sonic fan, Spyro, or Crash, or see Freedom Planet as the top for me so far? Well, I'm definitely a bigger Sonic fan, obviously, than Crash or Spyro. I didn't make 300 hours of me talking about Spyro the Dragon. Do this flying battery ass music. Have I checked my Twitter DMs? You sent me some Sonic 3R speed spreadsheet recommendations. I have not checked that in a while. I will give it a look, Laura. Thank you very much. Is Spyro's lore even deep? No. No, it's not at all. I wouldn't even say it has lore. I mean, it technically does, but who cares? Spyro has as much lore as... God, what was that fucking kids cartoon? Dragon Tales? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Is Crazy Frog PS2 lore deep? I mean, maybe. If you go to, all, you know, all the Crazy Frog stuff beyond just the game. Okay, yes, it was Dragon Tales, but the song... that song has stuck with me all the way since I was like 4. And I still remember it. Is Restar lore deep? Well, in Restar, he's like a shooting star, and there's like a goddess or something. It was all cut out of the American version. I know the chat is too young to know what Dragon Tales is. I know, it's unfortunate. Maybe? I don't actually know if it was any good, because I was too little to know what good was at the time. But, you know, what remains in my memory seems like it would have been good. Ow. Oh, by the way, the other day I saw The Goat in theaters. Does anyone even know about that movie? Because my theater was fucking empty. I feel like that movie's gonna flop. But I saw it. It was very good, but it was very, standard. Very typical, by the books, like, underdog story. Well done. Quality story, well told, good characters, engaging, compelling. Does everything right. Just very, very typical, I would say. Why on earth did I see that, of all things? Because I thought it looked good. It's by the same studio that did Spider-Verse and K-Pop Demon Hunters. Sounds like Zootopia 2. Well, I haven't seen Zootopia 2, but I have seen Zootopia 1, and it's better than that. Trying my damnedest to hedge around calling it a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't call it a 7 out of 10. I'd give it an 8. It was good. I'd say it's worth watching if it strikes your fancy. This gameplay gives you some serious treasure vibes. That is intentional. Just keep sticking around until we get further. It might get more treasury as we go. Can't say you're clamoring for CG animated kids movies these days. Well, I get why, because a lot of them are the Smurfs 3 or whatever. But when I see something that's actually quality, I appreciate that. You know, it comes from me, like, not just as a as an enjoyer, but also as a creator. Like, I respect and appreciate, like, good quality, well-made, intelligent children's media. Because, you know, I'd be down to make stuff like that. Wild Robot? Yeah, Wild Robot. It's a good movie. Hey. What the heck? That's a Spark the Electric Jester spring. Actually, that reminds me of something I'll show after the playthrough. Or I guess I could do it after this level. Damn, Spade is good against this boss, because I can hit so many of the weak points at once. Also, I'm fighting my brother. The epic lore. Dragonclaw, thank you very much. 1 year. Other than you, do I often get game recommendations? Usually on this stream. People will try to recommend me stuff. Oh my god, I'm getting my ass kicked. Hello, Dragonclaw. Thank you very much. Enjoy your next tier of Pariah Mask. Did I ever do a Metroid Dread speedrun to unlock the gallery picks? Yeah, I've done that.
I've done many playthroughs of Metroid Dread by now. Have I played the Insomniac Spider-Man games? No, I have... Well, I played the first one for like 4 hours or something, and then I stopped because I thought it was boring. Speaking of Spider-Man, that trailer for the new Spider-Man movie came out. What do y'all think of that? 'Cause... I'll be honest, I wasn't really impressed by it. Who's the better MC, Luffy or Sonic? They're both good main characters. Okay, so in the options, there's mod settings here, specific to this, but look at the left side of the screen if we wait here for a bit. You stopped caring about MCU long ago? I mean, yeah, me too. But I still like Spider-Man. But the new one, I don't know. It just didn't grab me. And, like, I read some Spider-Man comics. Why are they adapting, like, one of the worst story arcs ever when Peter turns into a... Oh, there he is. There he is. Did you see him? Why are they adapting the story arc where Peter turns into a giant spider and gives birth to himself? That's, like, one of the worst story arcs ever of all time in all of Spider-Man. Are they also gonna adapt the story arc when Gwen Stacy had illegitimate children with Norman Osborn that thought Peter were their dad and thought that their mom was killed by Spider-Man, so they hate Spider-Man? That sounds even more nuts than Archie Sonic. I mean, Archie Sonic is really no different than any of those, like, super long-running superhero comic books, in that they all turn... I mean, this is stuff I all talked about in my video on the Sonic comics, that it all is just a big fucking pile of garbage of different writers coming in, and the story never ends. You just keep on coming up with the worst trash ever. I was talking with Mikester about this not long ago, that, like, that's one of the things I like about manga in comparison. I'm not even into, like, the long-running shonen series or whatever, but, like, at least those, it's like, it's the author, and it's their story, and they make it, and they write it, and then when they're done, it ends. It's not, and then the new writer picks it up and continues the story with some other bullshit. Unless it's Dragon Ball. Or I guess Naruto, technically, with the Boruto. But wasn't that, like, his, like, the guy writing Boruto, like, worked under the guy who made Naruto or something? Something like that. So I guess that's a little different, at least. At least it's like, you know, the creator passing the torch. At least IDW has the decency to just have 2 writers. I guess. Wasn't it like with DBZ too? The current guy worked up Toriyama? Well, with Dragon Ball Super, Toriyama was working on that, wasn't he? I don't know the specifics, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Because, like, I'm not 100% sure, but wasn't Super, like, anime first? Because it was after, like, the movie made a shit zillion dollars. Okay, I guess Invincible is one creator, so that's good. Shame about the actual quality of Invincible itself, though. I don't know, I didn't like Invincible. Man, the combat in this game is so much fun. Like, especially these fights when you're fighting, like, another character. Like, I guess here's a question I have. I don't know if anyone has this answer or if this is known. But, like, Spider-Man. When did Stan Lee stop writing Spider-Man? I'm curious how, like, long his run on that series was. Issue 100? Okay. Issue 100. And there's like 1,000 issues of Spider-Man. Did I hear about Smiling Friends dying? No. I have never watched Smiling Friends, and I don't know anything about it. Around Peter's marriage to MJ? Okay. I do remember seeing, like, an interview with Stan Lee or something where he was talking about how, like, that was a very controversial decision that, like, the company was against him doing, but he's like, fuck you, I'm doing it. Spade is so much fun. Thank you so much, Farkle, for implementing this character finally. I have literally been looking forward to this for years. Because when I played Freedom Planet, they had yet to cancel these characters, so I was like, oh, I'm so excited for 2 new characters to play one of my favorite games. And then it never happened. And like, oh, I got a much better game with Freedom Planet 2, but I was still let down because I wanted to play as Spade and Torg, and now I can. Have I ever heard of Tear Along the Dotted Line? No, I have never heard of that. This is also cool playing as Spade because it's like a dream match. I'm playing bad guys against bad guys. Honestly, I'm starting to think they should really implement like a versus multiplayer into Freedom Planet where you can like pick characters and fuck it, even some of the bosses, and fight PvP. Freedom Planet 3. That's a feature. Thief versus alien? Or, no, Thief versus... What did you say? Thief versus terrorist? He's not a terrorist, he's an alien. He's an invader. That would make for a cool-ass spin-off. Yeah, like, did anyone ever play Shovel Knight Showdown? One of the games in the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove that was a platform fighter. It was actually really sick. You know, relatively simple as far as platform fighters are concerned, but it was damn fun. Oh, hey. What's up, Mila? Thanks for helping out. You heard the creator doesn't have plans for another Freedom Planet sequel? I know. But I can hope one day. Seems too chaotic for PvP? Smash Bros is chaotic. They made a VTuber game called Chrono Gear? I'm aware. I want to play it. I just haven't picked it up yet. That could basically be my catchphrase, yet. I haven't gotten around to it yet. You can put that on my grave.
Intrusion detected. Please remove yourself from the facility.
Gun to my head, I have to watch the first Mario or Sonic movie 10 times. Which one? That's not even a question, the Mario movie. Are you kidding me? Well, you're here for one of these streams? Yes, you are. Kinsey Force. Kinsey. No, Kinesis Force? I got it. We got there. Galaxy movie is the same quality, but it's a shame how it's not remotely faithful to Galaxy. I mean, I didn't expect that. Andres, thank you very much. I don't know how much that is in my currency, but I appreciate it. I don't know if that was an intentional you spelled Sonic like that, or if that was a typo. But either way, thank you very much. Wouldn't it be awesome if Mario movies were written like Super Paper Mario? That would never happen in a billion years. It would be cool, but it will never happen. Yeah, but Sparky, why on earth would you expect a faithful remake of, or like adaptation of Mario Galaxy from a Hollywood kids movie? Like, you gotta understand that it's not, you know, Super Mario Galaxy the movie as in an adaptation of the movie. It's in the same way that the Marvel movies, because video game movies are just the new version of Marvel. Because the comic book superhero stuff has run its course, so they're like, what do we got that we can use to replace it? Video game movies. And in that way, it's like, it's just taking the elements and ideas of Mario Galaxy to just make an original movie. That's all it is. Wasn't allowed to adapt in Galaxy. I mean, that's also true. Let's be real, Galaxy has no story. It's got all the Rosalina backstory stuff, but the actual plot of the game is Bowser kidnaps Peach and you go save her. But in space. Hey, Super Crim, what's up? You prefer because you don't want to wait 8 years for Galaxy elements in movies? Well, that's another thing that I don't care for about these kinds of movies, and is big thing about all the annoying crap with the Sonic movies and the way people responded to those when they were, like, coming out and being teased, especially the second and third. Like, I don't care about seeing things from a video game I like in a movie. Like, seeing Galaxy stuff in a movie, that doesn't mean anything to me. Movies are not greater than games to me. I'm fine seeing Galaxy stuff in Galaxy. That's how these movies, like, fucking... like a cat, they jingle a shiny object in front of the audience to get them excited. They like, look, it's the thing from the franchise that you like. They played Live and Learn in the finale of the movie, and it was very inappropriate because it doesn't have anything to do with the story of that movie. It doesn't match the rest of the soundtrack. It doesn't match the moment of the scene when it's happening dramatically. It was super out of place. It didn't belong there. It shouldn't have been in the movie. True, but for Sonic, at least they're trying. Debatable. Have I actually watched it? Yeah, I did watch the third Sonic movie. It was fine. What would I want there instead? I need a hero. Well, I'd rather they don't make the movie. That's what I'd prefer. What I'd prefer is John Carpenter's Sonic the Hedgehog. So the music would be composed by John Carpenter, and it would be extremely, like, understated and kind of bad, but it sort of works in a weird way. But if it weren't for the movie, there wouldn't be Shadow Gens. I guess that's true. I guess we do owe those movies for delivering a good 3D Sonic game. That's why I'm saying, is there gonna be an Amy Metal Sonic thing for the new movie? You hope movie 4 gives you good metal stuff? I mean, I wouldn't particularly count on it. Am I gonna watch the new Sonic movie? No. And I know I said that for the third movie. But I watched it under some kind of pretense that maybe I would still do content out of it. But at this point, I'm past that, so... Now there's literally no reason for me to watch it. Almost died there. You can't not watch the Sonic CD movie. Again, though, Sparky, it's not gonna be the Sonic CD movie. It's gonna be an original story with Amy and Metal Sonic. And will there be any elements from CD even? Will there be time travel? Maybe. I don't know. They might not take any of that. It's just gonna be another one of those fucking movies. There's gonna be another dance sequence. There's gonna be more Tom bullshit. But it will have Amy and Metal Sonic this time. Also, thank you, Ender KK. Why do people get excited over references? Because it's the thing they recognize. I know what that is. Keanu Reeves was confirmed to return as Shadow, so it can't ever be CD? Wait, is he gonna be in the next movie? Or did they just say he will return in some capacity? Because I would think a Shadow movie is more plausible. Because they do want to make a fucking cinematic universe out of that shite. Although I do predict that the fourth movie is not going to do as well as the third movie. You want a Sonic anime like Expo without the Robot of the Week stuff? I do too. That would be cool. It will probably never happen. You like the idea of a cinematic universe? You just think MCU spoiled the concept? I don't think it's MCU that spoiled the concept. I think it's everyone else trying to be the MCU. You want Silver in a post-apocalyptic future with Sage as the Overlord? God, that reminds me that we unfortunately live in a world where Sage is going to continue to exist from now on. Like, we're gonna have to deal with that fucking character for every fucking future Sonic game. She's gonna fucking be there. Fucking hell, man. It's already bad enough that fucking Orbot and Cubot have to tag along all the time. This is why Jay's Reviews is more popular than me. I mean, there's a lot of reasons Jay's Reviews is more popular than me. Ah! What? Jesus, I gotta stop being careless. Jay's reviews is more fair and all. That's not why he's more popular, though. Being more fair doesn't matter. It's about how you play the YouTube game, and I don't play it well. And I'm okay with that. Ow. Do I think the Outer Wilds could or should be turned into a movie? No. Ah! Jesus! Do the goddamn platforming. Yeah, I am being so careless. Still playing Outer Wilds, can't tell if you're playing it well or not. I mean, it's not really a game you play well. Do I have any hopes for that new Castlevania? Yeah! It looks really good. It's by the Dead Cells dudes, so I have faith in that being good. What more could you possibly want? Who else would you want making a new 2D Castlevania? Certainly not Konami. Oh yeah, wasn't there something about a Frontiers Deluxe Edition? Yeah, that's right, that rumor too. God, do I hope that's not real. I can't deal with another wave of that shit. Frontiers ain't even half a decade old yet. I mean, if I were to guess, it's probably just like a Switch 2 version of the game. Hopefully. And not anything worth caring about. They definitely wouldn't call it Definitive Edition. What a Definitive Edition of what even? That's normally like all the DLC bundled in. That game's DLC was all free. Or maybe that'll be it though. What if it's, yeah, Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition with Episode Amy? What about that? What if that happens? There he is. Dark Spade. It's like Dark Rayman from Rayman Arena. Someone knows what I'm talking about. SADX existed 5 years after SA1? Yeah, but that was to get it on a different console. Oh, fuck. Am I interested in Tomodachi Life 2? Not to get it for myself, but I was, playing it sort of with Gesekai. I was watching her play it. It's really funny. I will enjoy it together with her. Okay, this is not a good way to fight Spade. There we go. Wrecked. Just gotta be a little smart about it. You're so ready for chaos to ensue when Tomodachi Life 2 comes out. Yeah, there was some funny shit when we played the demo. And apparently that Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, whatever game it is, people are really liking. Do I read novels? I haven't in a really long time, but I should get back to it. But, you know, it's one of those, well, maybe one day I'll get back to it. Why does your stream lag so much? Stream looks smooth on my end, so it's not the upload. Could a dual monitor setup have both monitors being the exact same? It should be whatever you want it to be. I have a dual monitor setup with different monitors because I have my nice monitor for, you know, playing games and watching stuff on. And then for streaming and video stuff, I got a second monitor to, you know, track the recording and the stream and everything. So I just got like a piece of shit monitor for that. I got the Frankenstein monitor set up. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. It's the main monitor and a secondary monitor. The secondary monitor is like also like up on a shelf. Like it's above my main monitor. You know, I said I don't care about the story when I played this game. That's not true. I appreciate it even if it's not the best. Who's my favorite character? Carol. I think she's really fun. I like Lilac too, though. And me, I like all the characters. I don't have a mount for both? What do you mean a mount? Like the stand that they came on? I don't have them like mounted on the wall. I just have them sitting on my desk. Like a monitor stand that holds both monitors? No. I just have them on the stands they came with, and one's up on a shelf. You're forced to pick the best girl in Freedom Planet? Impossible. Damn, look at that. You can, like, do the dash with Spade. That's cool. You thought the big YouTuber money would give me an aristocratic setup? I mean, my main monitor is very, very nice, and that's all I care about. Literally, the second monitor is just for, like, reading chat and making sure the recording isn't broken. You all are secondary monitor citizens. While this boss is on screen, what do I think about New Tragic Panic? Visually it looks cool. I don't know about the idea of a boss-focused Sonic game, considering how bad those are, but maybe they'll have good bosses. Fuck, I forgot about that. You're tired of being a peasant on the second monitor, but you on the first one? No. I'm playing the game on that one. Fuck. OBS becomes spyware that superimposes chat onto the main monitor. You're all on the second monitor, and you're gonna like it. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's not even the end of the level. Because this game has zones and acts, but you just do the whole thing in one. And the levels are too long because of it. The YouTuber himself is the biggest peasant if you think about it. Sure. Damn, Spade is really fucking powerful. He can kill shit real fast. It's kind of like Virgil in that way. Content slave forced to make opinion slop for ungrateful nerds. Not anymore. I've accepted that my channel is dead. Now I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want. I don't care anymore. If I feel like making a video that's gonna get no fucking views, I'm gonna do it. I don't even give a shit. You've been waiting years for my DMC videos? You know, I still haven't played Virgil in DMC 5. I still have to do that. Will I continue Mega Man? Yes. Because I do want to play Mega Man. Judgment cut spam being free in DMC 5 is so lame. Yeah, but what's lame or is so insane? Yeah, but it's lame to spam moves. So you shouldn't even do it anyway. I did play Virgil in DMC 4 Special Edition, and he was ballistic in that game. Like, the fact that... I mean, this was true in 3 as well, but they really went nuts with it in 4, and I assume it's even crazier in 5. The fact that all the summon sword abilities, like, none of them have any animations, and you can do all of them while doing anything else. So you can do, like, back-forward summon swords while you're doing a different combo to, like, do the summon sword rain and fucking get the spiral swords around you. Fucking crazy. Crazy shit. It's so cool. That's not changed in DMC 5? No, I wouldn't expect. I would just expect you could do even more now. If you practice just frame timing so it's not completely brain dead. Okay. Where's DMC 6, Capcom? I mean, at this point, do you even really want DMC 6? Because Itsuno has left Capcom. And I don't trust anyone else with Devil May Cry but Itsuno. Not even Kamiya. Not even Kamiya.
It's such a shame that you chose the wrong side. Enjoy the last few minutes of your pathetic lives!
Damn. It's harsh, brother. Dude, Spade can just get up here and kill his ass. Understandable after Bayo 3. Well, Kamiya didn't do Bayo 3. He only did Bayo 1. He didn't do the other ones. Kamiya said he wants to do a DMC 1 remake. The thing is, for me with Kamiya and DMC, like, yeah, he made DMC, but Itsuno's the one that made DMC great. I do think that an RE Engine remake of DMC1 would be really nice, though. Because DMC1 is rough. DMC1 is still very good, though. For me, it was like, after playing DMC3 and Bayonetta and, you know, Ninja Gaiden and everything, DMC1 is just so primitive in comparison. Plus, DMC1 is, like, still holding on to some of those elements from when it was supposed to be a Resident Evil game, because it's got, like, more exploring the map stuff, and I don't want that. Like, I like seeing the progression of the DMC series, where with every game, they put less and less emphasis on exploring and, you know, like, the map and everything. Because DMC3 still has some of that stuff, and then 4 has less of it, it's more linear and straightforward, and then 5, they're like, fuck it. It's just a hallway with fights. Surprise, next charity stream goal is DMC2. You don't need a charity stream for that. I kind of want to play DMC2 because I've never played it, and I want to see. I want to see what the deal is. I want to see for myself. DMC3 had top-notch environments, though. Yeah, but it didn't have top-notch platforming. Do you remember the cube room? I remember the cube room. This looks better than most Sonic games in the 2010s. I mean, this is better than almost every Sonic game, period. You should see the second game, if you're not familiar. DMC2 should get a remake first, though. Well, you do the RE Engine remake of 1, then 2, then you do 3, and everyone's like, you don't need to remake 3, don't do that, stop. 4, though, you know, 4 could use some touching up. 4's got problems. Also, you know what just hit me? Because we were talking earlier about the competitive multiplayer mode for this. You know what would be fun, actually? I want a game that's the board game from DMC4, but it's like a competitive game. I want competitive Devil May Cry board game. Where we take turns, roll the dice, land on fights, and it's whoever gets to the end or survives or whatever. Oh yeah, who's saying this is reminding them of Treasure a lot? Here's your 7 Force. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the board game that you play in Devil May Cry 4 in that one level. Kids these days don't even know about the DMC4 board game stage. Co-op Bloody Palace and the Switchboard of DMC3? Does that have co-op Bloody Palace? You were gonna ask why they even put that in the game? It was pretty stupid, but it was kind of funny. Dante and Virgil co-op? Damn. That's cool. Those co-op levels in DMC 5 are pretty sick. Maybe that's where you go for the next DMC game. Like a full co-op Devil May Cry. Like, you know what I would kind of like to see next for DMC? Is like the actual Devil May Cry, like, business, you know? Because that's a part of the actual universe that we never see, is the Devil May Cry part. Where they're a team and they go around demon hunting. DMC is basically like Ghostbusters mixed with the Matrix. But we just never see that part. I want to, like, you go on jobs, and that's like a mission. And, you know, it's a squad of like 4 players. You pick your character. You're either like Dante, Nero, Lady, or Trish. And it was a co-op thing, and we DMC, and we kill demons together. That'd be kind of fun. Devil May Helldivers? Yeah. Now we're talking. You want build customization? That's not in the spirit of Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is not, do you want this move or that move? Devil May Cry is, you get both moves. You get all the moves. Later, Rainyar. Oh, God. Scurry. Threat of death around every corner. You like DMC 3's more limited style of 1 style, 2 weapons? Yeah, I don't. Because I played original DMC 3 like the way it's supposed to, and it was fun. And then I played with the style switch mod, which lets you have all the styles and all the weapons at once, and I can never go back. You've been playing the Switch version, so style switching is all you know. Well, now it's always about using the DDMK mod on PC if you're playing that way. It's one of those things, like, you know, like playing like Sonic Forever, where it's like, I forget that that's not how the game is normally. DMC 3 Crimson came out last year. Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Man, this game is so freaking good. How do I feel about AI upscaling and frame generation? Well, AI upscaling, I think, is really great. I use DLSS all the time when I'm playing AAA games and whatnot. Frame generation, I don't have a graphics card that can do that, so I have not used it. But from what I hear, it increases input lag, so that doesn't sound great. But, I would try it if I could. Did I see that whole DLSS 5 mess? Yeah, I talked about it on stream. Yeah, that's, it's something. The thing is, even trying to give them the most benefit of the doubt possible, the thing is, like, what NVIDIA, like, says about that technology or is whatever is that, oh, well, it's all in the artist's hands, it's a tool for, you know, making game visuals, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But even then, it's like, it's not a tool that an artist would actually want to use because, like, artists are in full control of every single little tiny minute detail of the visuals of a game. That's what they're used to. That's what the tools they use are for. They place every light, they model every object, they do all the textures, all the materials, everything. But with an AI tool, you say, okay, now do this, and then the AI is gonna do its own thing, and all you can do is, like, direct it what to do and hope it gets the result you want. That is a terrible, imprecise tool that no artist wants to use. Damn, Slade just fucking wrecks bosses. Holy shit. He's the most powerful character. Becomes more of a hassle inputting prompts than doing it yourself? Well, I can't say, because I'm not an artist. That sounds like if someone was using AI chat to write fanfiction. I mean, yeah. That's what it is, basically, is telling an AI to do it for you, and then it's gonna do its own stuff, and you have to keep directing it. No, don't do that, do it like this. No, do it more like that. Like, as a writer, I'd just be like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna write it myself, because you can't fucking get it right, because you're a stupid AI. This level's super cool.
My ship is being infiltrated. Whatever shall I do? How about this?
In terms of, like, spectacle and coolness and feeling like you're fucking assaulting the bad guy's lair, this is, like, one of the coolest platforming stages, like, ever, honestly. Oh, God. What do I think of using AI in game dev? I certainly wouldn't do it. I mean, I don't know about y'all. I don't use AI in my day-to-day life. I know there's a lot of people out there that use AI for fucking everything now. Like, I don't even know what I would use AI for in my everyday life. I have no uses for it. No need to interrogate him. It's clear he doesn't like it. Is that what this is? Is trying to figure out if I'm, if I, am not an AI supporter. I mean, I don't have a seething hatred for AI like a lot of people do. AI is a very useful technology for a lot of things, just not for creating artwork. But I don't have a passionate hatred for it. Too bad it caused us affordable RAM. Yeah, we'll see how all that shakes out with all the hardware stuff. I'm sure glad I built my gaming PC when I did. Because it'll last me for good, probably several more years. Probably at least like 6 more years. Probably more than that, honestly. I was gonna wait longer, was paranoid about the economy. Yeah. Why did Mila turn into this and how? You gotta play the story mode to understand that. What Sonic-style game do I think is the most replayable? I mean, they're all really replayable. Freedom Planet, the Spark games. I would say they're all equally replayable. Metroid, arguably, is kind of Sonic-like in many ways. Is that something I'm going to talk about in my video on the Metroid games? Who knows? Who knows? Is typing stories a valid means of writing any fanfiction? What? As opposed to what? As opposed to writing it on a piece of parchment with an ink quill feather? Drawing? Well, you don't need to draw for fanfiction. You can write fanfiction. I don't understand. Is it fan art or fanfiction? Fuck. Have I ever played Ace Combat? No. I hear people like those games. Fuck! Does Freedom Planet Plus had the Michael Jackson music back in? There's Michael Jackson music in this? Dude, what? How am I so bad? Dude? We're gonna be here for the rest of the stream. What the fuck? Shut up. You shut up right now. Oh my, okay, I see. With one dash, I don't go high enough. Okay, I got it now. I got it now. Stop talking. Don't look at me. What if you were writing Sonic fan fiction? You have no animation or drawings to go along with it? And you don't need that. It's fan fiction. What the fuck was that? I just like clipped through the block to hit that. God damn it. Oh my god. How is this happening? You shut up. There, Jesus. They made a getting over it style level. Anyway, yeah, you don't need art for fan fiction. Whatever, do what you want. I got bold. I got bold and I shouldn't have gotten bold. Had the idea for a Sonic sequel series where Sonic and Tails reincarnated, but no other returning characters. The world needs a Sonic and a Tails. Okay. Did I know the developer of Punch-a-Punch made a Getting Over It style sequel? I did not know that. Or a spiritual successor, whatever. Not even a spiritual successor, really. That's just a genre at this point. The rage climbing games. Foddy likes. Yeah, there you go. There we are. I mean, I will say in regards to that fanfiction question back there about, like, do you need artwork for it? When it comes to Sonic stuff, I personally feel like not having visuals is a little off the mark, just because, like, one of the most appealing things about Sonic is looking at him. So, you know, I feel like it's kind of important, but it's not, like, necessary. That's, it's a creative decision more than a requirement. Do I have my own OCs? I never made Sonic OCs, like, as a kid, or just in general for myself, whatever. But I did make Sonic characters for my writer's story that I made. So if you want to see my Sonic OCs, go check that out. Alright, this final boss is pretty tough, but Spade also does major damage, so we'll see how it goes. Oh god, bad performance so far. Yeah, damn, so much damage. Did I ever finish the story of that hypothetical Shadow game? Kind of, like loosely, not really. Not in a way that is satisfying. But like enough where the gist existed in my head of what it would be. Oh, I forgot that knife does so much damage. Oh, fuck. Did the Shadow one ever go anywhere? No, as I was saying. Never really, like, finished it. Sort of. Kind of did. Whatever. The Shadow fanfic was just a fun activity for the chat's sake? Yeah, pretty much. This was just a fun thing that I thought would be cool to do. I had no plans to do anything with it. Boss is still kicking my ass. Hey, Gustava. Welcome to your first Pariah stream. Prepare to be underwhelmed. It's a tough boss fight? It is a tough boss fight. Pariah, what do you consider a good boss? This. You like how he's stronger without the mech suit? Yeah, that shit's cool. It calls into question why he uses the mech suit, I guess, but whatever, shut up. You believe I said Zelda is my favorite game series is still accurate? I mean, as time goes on, I feel like it's not anymore, but I still have an immense fondness for Zelda. Yeah, so there we go. That is Spade, now playable in Freedom Planet. Super cool. Let's mess around with Torg a little bit, but we're probably nearing the end of the stream. Also, this has different colors, by the way. It has a weird sound effect. But yeah, you can change colors on the characters. What do I mean when it's the series we both love? I mean that, you know, the gameplay of Zelda is not always the best. Okay, so anyone who's played Alien Soldier will recognize this screen. And you, like, build a custom moveset for Torg using Like, he's got 3 different shot types. So he's got 4. He's got, like, a basic shot. And then, like, you get 3, like, a wide shot, a different thing, and another thing. But each element does a different thing also. So, like, you pick what ammo you want to use for each one. I'm gonna go fire for that. It's cool, right? It's a cool system. It actually kind of sucks, though. Well, just in general, Torg sucks. Because for his movement, all he has is this little hover that he can do. That's it. It's super lame. No alien shoulder dash? Unfortunately, no. You can also dash from a standstill. Okay. I don't recall if he had that in the, in the preview version of him. Is the moveset based on some unfinished concept for these characters? I mean, yeah, it's just their movesets that were made by Galaxy Trail. They were in the game, they just were never, like, implemented and, like, completed. He did have that? Okay. Okay, this is better than I remember it, maybe. Maybe I was being harsh on Torg. Maybe he doesn't suck. I guess I'm ready. It's literally just a treasure reference. I mean, this whole game is basically a treasure reference. Sucks we never got a playable Spade. You just missed me playing a Spade. That's what this mod does. It adds Torg and Spade back in as playable characters. And Spade is super fun. Nah, he sucks. If he had X-type dash, should be different, though. You mean like if dash was on like a button and you could do it without having to come to a stop? That'd probably help, yeah. Are you in for a good time with the Mario movie? I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. Just gonna have to take the gamble. Only you can prevent forest fires. It's your responsibility. That means that every forest fire that happens is your fault. Good job. You can personally prevent forest fires, you just choose not to. And you should feel horrible for that. Oh, you can dash while moving with Torg. Look at that. Okay, maybe I was too quick to judge Torg. I wish he had, like, a mechanic where you could change into his duck form, though. That'd be fun. He's out here talking about fires when you got 2 near fire experiences. That's true. Hey, I've been near fire too. There was that time when we poisoned ourselves trying to bake. That may have happened. But look, it's not my fault. Hold up, his gameplay is fire. Why mention that? Why not mention that? Damn, that fire shot is good for bosses. Damn, are we doing a full second playthrough as Torg now? Maybe. I don't know. Pariah story time. I'm not gonna get into it too much, but... Like, hey, you know what, like, when you melt plastic and it releases, like, toxic carcinogens? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Look, I didn't do it on purpose. You step away for a minute, come back to the I breathe toxic plastic. It's not my fault. Left the Pyrex container on in the oven award. Look, there was already... I guess we are talking about this now. There was already a friggin' thing in the oven, because apparently we now store our fucking shit in the oven for some reason, and I didn't know that. So I turned on the oven to preheat it, and I didn't check inside the oven, because why on earth are we storing shit inside the oven? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And then it fucking melted. And it was not my fault. Son. It's not my fault. Why would I assume that we started doing something that we don't do that doesn't make any sense and is stupid? That sounds like something someone who's at fault would say. It would be in the oven. I should have seen it putting in the tray. I didn't put it in the tray because I was preheating the oven. Everyone's being very freaking judgmental here, as if you haven't had any baking fiascos. Freedom Planet the only Sonic-like with its own distinct personality? I mean, Spark kind of has its own personality, I would say. Not being judgmental, that's what someone that's being judgmental would say. See, I can turn it around, motherfuckers. Alright, I guess I have to take back what I said about Tor. He doesn't suck. He's actually pretty fun. More basic in how he plays, but that can be fun too. You can't just plow through everything and destroy the universe like you can with Spade. Yeah, I feel you, Canal Zenny. I would agree when it comes to Spark. Even the messy level design. I like Lake's level design, but messy it definitely is. For sure. Have I heard of N64 Recomp Launcher? It's a downloader and launcher of a bunch of PC port games like Mario Remastered, Spaghetti Kart, Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. I have heard of it, but I haven't looked into it. Torg is like Lady? I guess you could say that. Although Lady still has some pretty radical stuff you can do. I thought Lady was really fun in DMC3. I was very disappointed. My DMC boys will be with me on this, right? At the end of DMC5, it seemed like they teased like Trish and Lady were gonna go on their own little adventure together. And I thought they were teasing that they were gonna do like a DLC campaign where you go on a little adventure as Lady and Trish and it'd be awesome, and they didn't do it. Wow, I just fucking destroyed that thing. That was awesome. And I was very disappointed because I want an updated Trish and Lady moveset. Damn, I think that's the fastest I've ever killed that boss. That was nuts.
Objective complete.
You don't like Lady's fit in DMC5? I think she looks good. Plus, there would have been a classic costume, we all know. Yeah, I like the spread shot. And that just seems so good for bosses. Yeah, I like that.
Move out.
Just could have maybe one more weapon in a new playable appearance. Yeah, sure. Most characters' realistic looks turn you off in DMC5, to be honest. Something that I thought was weird in DMC5 was the choice to give Dante and Virgil different faces, considering they're supposed to be identical twins. But then I've seen the mods that give Virgil Dante's face, and you're like, oh god, it's horrifying. Your screen is freezing every couple seconds? The stream is good on my end. You hope the advanced game decomps get insane mods like Level Up Forever? I mean, at this point, I trust the Sonic community. That's gonna happen. Just give it time. There we go. Got it that time. What else has been going on lately? Oh, I saw another movie in theaters. I watched Undertone, that horror movie. Really fucking good. Very, very scary, which I don't normally find horror movies scary. And I wasn't, like, scared by it, but I was definitely like, oh my god, what the fuck is gonna happen? So, if you want to watch a good horror movie, go watch that. It's good. Disabled the return YouTube dislikes extension. Oh yeah, I forgot that YouTube did that. What was the thing? Wasn't there like it wasn't quote unquote the direct cause of it, but there was like some like big video that got a shit ton of negative downvotes that like right after that happened is when YouTube made that change. Oh god. Change weapons? No. YouTube rewind? Nah, it was something else. I forget what it was. Did I rewind it? Maybe it was that. I mean, YouTube rewind videos do suck. Oh, there we go. That killed that shit much faster. You need the right tool for the job. See, yeah, it was like this. Yeah, it was the samurai dudes in the normal version, but it was like it was the alien guys. I think when we were playing a spade. I have saved the legally distinct Master Emerald. I don't even know. I don't remember what that is in the story or why it's relevant. Why they're stealing it. I have no clue. Is that the Kingdom Stone? I don't fucking remember. I don't think so. Not many horror movies freak you out. Me neither, honestly. When I was a kid, I was scared shitless very easily. But nowadays, I couldn't even tell you a horror movie that I found, like, genuinely scary. Oh, I guess actually talking of movies and horror movies, for more potential research of alien video Metroid stuff, I was watching the more recent Alien movies that I never saw because they looked bad. I watched Alien Covenant, which was pretty blah. And then I watched Alien Romulus, which I thought was actually pretty good. I mean, it is just Alien again, but it's a pretty good version of it. They did a good job with the movie. I liked it. How was Prometheus? I mean, I saw that back when it came out in theaters 37 years ago. And I didn't like it then. I was confused and I didn't know what was happening. And I still kind of feel that way. I don't know if Ridley Scott knows what was happening in that movie. I agree with that, Canal du Zenny. They should have had shorter levels. Which they did in Freedom Planet 2, but they're still on the long side. They're still usually, like, minimum 5 minutes. And for me, at least, for a game like this, for, you know, a replay-heavy action game with a speed focus, I would want a level, like, 5 minutes is the maximum length. So are the first two and Romulus the only good ones? You know, I watched Alien Resurrection. I liked it. I thought it was pretty interesting. It was weird as fuck, but I was kind of into the weird as fuckness of it. Three I don't like. Three's boring. What do I think of schmups? Not a fan. I also watched a very interesting video. I don't remember the YouTuber that made it. But it's like the influences of Metroid beyond just Alien. Very, very good video. Very well made. Very interesting. Talks about like Cobra Space Adventure or some shit. I forget what it's called. Space Adventure Cobra something. Which is like an old manga from the like late 70s, early 80s. That like when you see all the stuff, you're like, wow. That's like almost an even bigger influence on Metroid than Alien, which is very, very, very interesting. So go watch, it's like, look it up on YouTube. It's like Metroid influences beyond Alien or something like that. It'll come up. Space Adventure Cobra is it? Okay. Yeah. Cobra's arm cannon is basically Mega Man's too. Not only that, the thing that like really blew my mind is that Space Adventure Cobra, yeah, he's like a I think he's a space pirate or a mercenary or something. But there is also like the Space Pirates, which is like a conglomerate of a bunch of other like space pirates that have come together to form like a singular large force. And I'm like, okay, well that's the Space Pirates in Metroid right there. And then it has Cobra's like sidekick is a like robot lady called Lady Armoroid. And the nickname he refers to her as Lady. And you're like, damn. Damn. Very interesting. It's a good video. Go watch it. I'll probably mention it in one of my Metroid videos. Give them a shout out because it's real good. Critical Kate? I think that's it. Only horror series you've seen is Alien or is Halloween, and they suck after the first one. They do, except for Halloween Ends. Actually, the most recent one is actually pretty great, and then they fuck it up horribly at the end. But for 95% of the movie, it's awesome. Like, it's actually like really compelling and interesting, and then they throw away the cool story they were doing and make it dumb. Has there been any other goings-on lately since the last stream to talk about? I don't think so. We talked about the DLSS shit and Ocarina of Time. Not that kind of shit, Grim Jim. We don't talk about that here. Have I ever heard of Tabletop Simulator? Yeah, of course. I've played a bunch of Tabletop Simulator with my friends. But I prefer to play board games in person, so that's usually what I do these days. Oh yeah, Star Fox new game rumors? Yeah. Possible. It's been a while since the last one. Okay, here's a question that I have for the Mario movie. It's kind of a spoiler, I guess, but not an important one in a significant way. It's just a suspicion I have. Are there, like, Pikmin, like, hidden around in the movie? Like, little Easter eggs for you to be like, there's a Pikmin! I see one! Yeah? Yeah, that's what I figured. So I was talking about that with Gesekai. They should do that in all their movies. Every Nintendo movie should have hidden Pikmin. Because that'd be fun. More a cameo? Oh, does it actually, like, give him a little moment? Okay. How much longer do I think consoles have before everything goes to PC? We still have a while yet. Wait, I just realized. Look at the meter. I can fly forever with Torg. Look at this. Damn. I didn't realize that. Holy shit. How do I feel about a Smash Bros. Movie? I mean, it wouldn't really be a Smash Bros. Movie. It would just be like a Nintendo crossover movie. And, you know, I'm kind of, even with Nintendo shit, I'm kind of sick of the IP mashup nightmare world we live in. Holy Sonic 06, what is that meter? I mean, honestly, being able to fly permanently isn't even that huge of a deal in this game. You thought Fox being in the movie was a setup for an April Fool's joke, but apparently it wasn't. Is it really a setup for a Star Fox movie? Doesn't Torgue make combat a bit too easy? I mean, Spade makes combat really easy. Holy shit! What the fuck? Okay. I guess because Torgue isn't fast, he gets the special shit. That's kind of cool. I'm also taking a shit ton of damage. Alright, got him. First try. Hell yeah. Hey, look at that. His gun actually looks different depending on what weapon you're using. Oh yeah, Shinobi's getting that. Does that update include the DLC with all the Sega bosses in it? The Sega DLC is paid? I know the Sega DLC is paid, but is like that all dropping like with the same thing? Hope the new Star Fox doesn't pull Mario Kart World of Prime 4 and go open world. That's tomorrow? Cool. Will I get it? No. One day, though. One day. I don't have time! I don't have time to play new Shinobi. Aren't there blurbs about some Jet Set Radio decoms? Maybe? I think I want to say I recall something for Future getting a decomp. Which, if so, that's cool. I guess to spoil some of my Prime 4 thoughts for the review... You know what, something I was thinking about it when I was playing yesterday, is that they said that like they were like, oh, we gotta make the Breath of the Wild of Metroid for some reason. But really the game isn't designed like Breath of the Wild at all. It's designed more like a traditional Zelda game, because the desert is like a Hyrule Field or like the ocean in Wind Waker. Like, especially Wind Waker, it felt a lot like to me, because you have like the enemies that like follow you and like harass you as you're going in your direction, just like the sharks and stuff in Wind Waker. And like even fucking Miles McKenzie fucking calling your ass on the radio to tell you what to do and shit, like that's kind of that game's version of like your little companion that tells you what to do all the time, you know? In a Zelda game, your Tri, your Midna, your Fi, whatever the character's name is. And the way each area is, like, designed like a Zelda dungeon, kinda. They'll fix that in Prime 5 and go full open world. Yeah, that's how you fix it. Miles Midna. Exactly. Which really is very in line with just the way the Prime games are in general, especially 2 onward. Very Zelda-y in general. 3D Zelda, lots of influence on the design there. So it is kind of the sort of natural progression of how Prime is going, but also, like, Prime 2 already basically did that, but better. Where you got the different worlds that are, like, big Zelda dungeons, basically. And then you have the world that connects them all together. But at least in Prime 2, that world that connects them all together is normal Metroid gameplay, not a terrible motorcycle where you do nothing. Oh yeah, Gesekai also does love all of the womanly shapes in the art design of Prime 4. The what? Look, the architecture of the aliens in Prime 4, it looks like a vagina. It does. It does. You can't tell me it doesn't, because it does. That's one hell of a motif to have. I mean, again, it's kind of appropriate for Metroid. It's not even the first thing to do that, but, like, you know, with the alien motifs, Alien has some stuff like that. You got stuff that looks like a penis, so have some stuff that looks like a vagina. It makes sense. Also, my game theory on the game is that it's trying to tell us that Samus is a lesbian, because all the doors look like vaginas, and to open them, you have to use your psychic energy to move around the door's clitoris to open it. Plus, Samus has the arm cannon, and, you know, you gotta insert that into a bunch of things to, to interact with stuff. So that's clearly something. It's all there. It's all subtext. That's true, Telekinetic Man. You also have Armstrong, the soldier lady that loves Samus. What did Sakamoto and Retro Studios mean by this? Not Sakamoto, Tanabe. He's the visionary behind the Prime games that thought press the interact button was compelling gameplay.
You will face justice. Surrender.
Gosh, you know, that sounds really tempting, but no.
Damn, Torg has a line here.
Chosen death. How pathetic.
Clip that. I'll probably talk about it again when we stream Prime 4. I mean, I've been making jokes like that constantly playing it with Gesekai.
It's work.
You know how I was shredding the bosses? Yeah, Torg is real good for the bosses. This one especially. Here's multi-shot. That's not the stream breaking, by the way. That's just the game. They inserted, like, fake slowdown for impact, which I think was a really bad idea, but whatever. It appears your message isn't showing understandable. What on earth were you typing? You degenerates.
Let's do this.
You're down for more gay characters in Nintendo games that isn't Fire Emblem. A lot of people can't handle the truth. What I find really weird about the game, I mean, there's a lot of things that are really weird about the game, but one thing that, like, just really doesn't make sense from a design perspective is they introduced all this psychic power bullshit, but you can't actually use it for anything, like, real in the gameplay. It's just for interacting with psychic shit. You can't, like, just pick up an object and throw it at the enemies, or pick up enemies and throw them at each other, or, like, he shoots a blast at you and you psychically grab it and shoot it back at him, or something, anything. Like, why is the psychic shit not actually a part of the game? Does Green Boy got the alien soldier loadout? He does, yes. Finished Freedom Planet not too long ago. Final boss kicked your ass. Yeah, the final boss in this game is no slouch. It killed me a couple times just earlier this stream. Samus becoming a Jedi would be cool, to be honest. I mean, I kind of find the psychic powers a little weird and out of place, but if you're gonna do it, do it. Stigmatoid, I think you used the wrong, like, syntax there. Are you trying to say that Brevin is better than the Shark Girl from Freedom Planet 2? Because I do kind of like the Shark Girl from Freedom Planet 2, whose name I can't remember. What's her name? Hold on. It's in my brain somewhere. I know her name. It's... Damn it, Eunice, you spoiled me. Manga, yes. I was never going to remember that in a million years. Can't have been that good if I don't remember her name. I do remember Brevin, so maybe you have a point. Well, I could also call her Freedom Planet version of Shadow the Hedgehog, because that's also what she is. Can't I remember my fave game baddie's name? I mean, she's not my favorite game villain. She's just a villain in one of my favorite games, which is different. You don't remember anything about the story, so you're just not along? It's basically Sonic Adventure 2. Freedom Planet 2 is on your planning to play list. It's a good game. This is a good game to have on your planning to play list. Telekinetic Man finally played God Hand. I was talking with him about that. I was trying to peer pressure him into streaming it. Everyone pressure him into streaming it. Because I think that would be super fun to watch. Damn, wrecked. The Nira versus Torg matchup does not go well for her. Wait, where's Sonic? You missed him. Stream God Hand Pariah? I am absolutely gonna stream God Hand one day. For sure. Okay, wait, Telekinetic Man, here's something that I have not asked you about your experience with God Hand. How do you feel about the enemies constantly talking about Alexander the Great for no reason? Because I think that shit is fucking hilarious. It's weird, but you learn it's from Mike Tyson? What? It's from Mike Tyson? Huh? What do you mean? Is there gonna be a story on God Hand? I'll be honest, I have never watched the cutscenes in that game. I have only played the levels, and I have always skipped the cutscenes, because I don't care. As far as I can tell, the story seems like goofy nonsense, and they don't care. Maybe we'll watch the cutscenes when I stream it. It'll be my first time experience. Although I could get canceled for playing that game, because it's maybe a teensy bit offensive. Little bit. In what ways did One Piece influence me? I don't know. I don't know if it has really influenced me very much because, like, I don't make stuff like One Piece. Like, I don't have interest in doing, like, action fighting stuff. Have I played Wonderful 101 yet? Nope. I have not played it. Tried doing a playthrough of Mila, but she felt awkward to you. It's all about the rocket jumping with her. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Shit. I think I might call it after this level. Probably play the rest of Torg on my own time. But, I'm getting tired, and I'm getting hungry. I want to go eat dinner. Mila's kind of got an awkward style. They smooth her out a lot in the second game. He wants to go look at those Prime 4 doors again. That's right. We need a God Hand too. Well, that's definitely never gonna happen. Capcom is definitely never, ever, ever gonna do anything with God Hand. Fuck. There we go. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna call the stream there. It was a nice 3 hours. Had a good time coming back to Freedom Planet. Finally got Torg and Spade playable after all these years. And that's super cool. Very cool mod. Thanks again to Farkle. You can get the mod in my spreadsheet if you would like to. Blah, blah, blah. You know all the thingies. I'm working on the 2D Metroid video. It's gonna be like an hour long, cause, you know what's up. Weak April Fool's bit, but good stream. I mean, I was initially thinking of just playing something completely unrelated. And just saying, playing my favorite Sonic game. But, you know, I figure we do something. I wanted to check this out anyway, so it was a good... It's not a complete lie. Shut up. Anyway, yeah. When will I stream again? I don't know. When will the next video come out? I don't know. Whatever. Bye, everyone.